Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ashwin Mberi. I'm covering for Priska Anyolo, and this is NMH at 1. Now, once again, extensive news coverage has been given to the first pre-trial hearings of the Fishrot corruption case in the High Court yesterday. But we'll get into that in a second. First of all, we're going to check out our COVID-19 numbers. In our COVID-19 monitor today, we zoom in on the average number of new cases across Namibia. Namibia is currently recording an average of 141 new cases of COVID-19 per day. This 7-day average is 13% lower than the average of 162 cases per day last Wednesday. 9 districts are recording 5 or more cases per day, with new cases in Windhoek increasing from 32 to 35 per day. Rehoboth has the second highest average at 13, followed by Walvis Bay with 11. The towns of Grootfontein, Swakopmund and Mariento are currently reporting an average of 10 new cases per day. Cases are decreasing in the Oshakati district, but Enana is reporting more cases. In Rundu, Tsumeb, Karasburg, the daily average has dropped below 5 cases per day over the last 7 days. By Wednesday, 7,122 people had received their first dose of vaccine, while almost 300 individuals have returned for the second shot. Next, we'll be bringing you news video clips from around the country. First, Fridays for the Future held a demonstration against drilling in the Okavanga Delta in Windhoek this morning. Steffi Batsa was there. Have a look.
We are here to raise awareness about the oil drilling that is happening in the Kavango. We are totally against it, and that's why we are here, going to the US Embassy, also because President Biden is currently having a summit that started yesterday. He wants to be one of the climate leaders, and we are here to remind him that the fossil fuels have to stay in the ground, and it starts by not opening up new basins, like leave all upcoming projects alone as they are. And also because the Kavango Delta is actually protected under US law, and Recon Africa is currently violating US laws, which is why we are here as well, to just highlight that as well, the importance of why we need to transit to renewable energies.
Now, in our next clip, Ochodonjupa Health Director Gerbado Timotheus shares COVID statistics for the region at the launch of the vaccine drive there. Esther Kamati was there.
So far, the region has tested 13,821 people, and 3,065 have tested positive to COVID-19. Among those who tested positive, 113 are healthcare workers. The region has recorded 2,866 recoveries, but on a sad note, 64 people have died due to COVID-19. And among those who died, one of them was a healthcare worker. It is a reality to us as a region that COVID-19 is an aggressive pandemic that threatens human lives. It is therefore imperative that healthcare workers, as well as Otavaniba community, must be protected from COVID-19.
Now, in our last video clip, well-known the radio DJ Omzala is asking Namibians for help to be able to accommodate a person living with a disability. He lost his leg due to diabetes and now lives at his house in Oshakati with little to keep him going. Tuyemo Haidula spoke to him.
I need help. I'm looking for help. The Namibian people to help me. But the people, they can help me with anything they got. They can help me with anything they got. Money, or cement, or material, or anything. Because I'm suffering now, and you see my weight is too big now, because I'm waiting now, 150 kg, it's a lot. Sometimes I fall down and I can't stand anymore. It's difficult to me. Now I'm asking the help to the Namibian people so they can help me. Anything so I can help myself.
Thank you. You've mentioned that your wheelchair, sometimes you struggle when it rains.
Yeah, I'm struggling when I'm going outside. Sometimes it's raining and there's a nut there. I can't go through. Sometimes if there's no someone who can pull me or push me, I will stay at home the whole day. That's all I need. I need all the Namibian people, security people to help me, to donate me, to give me anything, man, so I can move freely.
Okay.
That's all I can say. God bless.
Now we'll have a look at what's on the front pages of the national daily newspapers. We start off with the Namibian Sun front page. The Namibian Sun sheds light on court documents showing the amounts that James Hatuikulipi, as former managing director of Investec Asset Management and chairman of Fishrot, and his co-accused personally received as proceeds of the Fishrot corruption scandal. Republican shares the great loss of a family in the Gobabis area, where the last of 3 sisters have now died from COVID-19. Also, from the court proceedings of the pre-trial of the Fishrot corruption case, the prosecution has been ordered to submit all documents in its dossier to the defense by the 6th of May. Now, Allgemeine Zeitung has expressed doubts as to whether the Fishrot trial will begin sooner, based on the pending extradition of 2 Icelandic citizens who are also listed as defendants, as well as a dispute over the alleged unauthorized disclosure of confidential documents to the media. Public prosecutor Ed Marondeze announced in the High Court that it had not been possible to obtain the extradition of 2 Icelandic citizens who appear to have played a central role in the corruption case. The Namibian reports that newly appointed Minister of Fisheries Derek Claassen issued a statement yesterday to clear his name from claims that his friendship and business connections to Fishrot beneficiaries could put him in a compromised position. Claassen said he had resigned from companies that had benefited from fishing quotas allocated during the time when Bernard Esau was the Minister of Fisheries. New Era leads with the prosecution in the Fishrot corruption case, announcing that they have applied for the extradition of 3 employees of Icelandic fishing group Samaregi to stand trial in Namibia. Also on the list of people to be extradited is Namibian lawyer Maren de Klerk, who is currently in South Africa and who allegedly played a role to funnel millions of dollars to the bank accounts of the accused. As they say, don't judge a book by its cover. So let's have a look at what is inside today's dailies. Market Watch reports that although the mining sector maintained its status as one of the main pillars of the economy last year, it is of concern that Namibia is losing attractiveness to investors in comparison to Africa and the rest of the world. The Chamber of Mines of Namibia held its annual general meeting this week, where Hilifa Mbako became the new incoming president following the end of the term of his predecessor Zebra Kasete. The Namibian Sun takes a look into Chief Justice Peter Shivute's meeting at Oshakati with regional magistrates, lawyers and other role players in the north in an effort to improve efficiency in the country's judicial system. Oshakati has been without a magistrate for 3 months, which is one of the identified causes of delays in the system. Republican keeps an eye on the sad physical state of lions suffering from hunger in the drought-stricken northwest of the country. Ministry of the Environment, Forestry and Tourism spokesperson Romeo Muyunda confirmed a second case of female lions that had to be shot because they were too weak or sick. The absence of natural prey due to the drought also means that there are no animals for them to hunt. Allgemeine Zeitung reports that employees of the Namibia Broadcasting Corporation, NBC, are on strike across the country, demanding a pay increase. Lazarus Jacobs, chairman of NBC's board of directors, said the company will not be able to pay current salaries if the nationwide strike continues. In a statement, Jacobs said nothing positive can come out of this strike as there will be no winners. According to Jacobs, the Namibia Public Workers Union has resorted to a labor dispute that is essentially of no use to any party and also withholds important information from Namibians, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. In the Namibian, Frederico Links offers an analytical view on the ongoing decline in support that SWAPO has experienced as the ruling party. Shifting the blame to unidentified detractors has not been an effective strategy in reversing the trend of poor service delivery, factional infighting, and perceived links to corruption. In New Era, it is reported that about 9,000 voters have registered to take part in Saturday's election of a new leader for the Rehoboth Basta community. Besides voting locations in various towns across the country and mobile teams reaching out to farming areas, an online voting process will also be implemented for the first time. Well, that's it for today's edition of NMH at 1. My name is Ashwin Bedi, and it's been an absolute pleasure to be covering for the wonderful Priska Anyolo. Stay safe over the weekend. First, check out the weather.